Clearing the heads out of Melly Bay. Farewell, Vanuatu. Pretty much a straight line, wind permitting, from here to the eastern side of New Caledonia, and then we're going to go through the channel. Get there. That's the plan. See what happens.
Come on, come on, you get your boom boom on. Come on, come on, you get your boom boom on. Woke up blue today, I'm gonna paint up right away. Dark thoughts, just let them lay. Rising fire, rising say. Come on, come on, you get your boom boom on.
Going pretty well so far. Actually forgot to make a note of the log. I'll do that now. Got about getting about 7 to 8 knots most of the time, about 7.5 I'd say. So approximate boat speed. We're on about an 80. I've got the wind vane steering on the autopilot going, doing about, got it set to about 80 degrees, which is a little closer angle than I'd like. So it makes it less comfortable, but I just want to pinch up a little bit at this part of the voyage to hopefully make it easier as we're coming around into New Cal, so we can go to the eastern side of the Loite Island. I'm not actually sure how to pronounce that. Someone can correct me. I might know by the time this video comes out, but I don't at the moment. Yeah, we've just got the double reef main again. Just seems to be the most comfortable. 2 reefs in the main, and we've only got 17 to 18 knots of breeze, but 2 reefs. Jib and the staysail works, balances the boat pretty well, keeps her moving along nicely, and she's not overpowered. It's pretty choppy, so the sea state's kind of a bit uncomfortable, and because of that slightly tight angle makes it a bit harder to. Emma's not feeling great, as for her usual first day of passage. She never loves it. Like a baby, I think. Of course, she was ill, not feeling well last night, so it's a really horrible way to start a passage anyway. I'm a bit tired to it and slept up well, so not the way you'd want to enter into it, but luckily it's only a relatively short one and we're making good time, so that'll make it even. Theoretically, we'll get sort of to New Cal roughly out on Monday sometime. Saturday today. 2 days, and then we've got to work our way around the channel, so probably Tuesday before we get into Noumea, but a lot of that's sheltered inside. Or 1 day of it, so that'll be cool. But in the meantime, we are flying, we're sailing well, so happy with the old girl. Norla is doing her job really well.
Now come on, come on, you get your boom boom on. Don't got the winning flair. Come on, come on.
I made kind of pike-liddy pancakey things yesterday with plantain, some flour, eggs, pinch of salt, some water, and then those are wild raspberries that we first had when we walked to the volcano. And they're quite yummy.
Come on, you get your boom boom on. Come on, you get your boom boom on.
Oh, it's almost the end of the first day of our passage to Noumea. And I've sort of been sitting here thinking about passages and my love-hate relationship with them. I think the first day it's really tough because you're trying to find your sea legs again. It's choppy. We've got a super confused sea. The wind's not quite at the angle that we would like to get our direction. Both Sam and I are tired, but I've got a couple of boobies flying around the boat, so they're making me smile. I have a lovely sunset. And I'm about to have a cup of tea. So it's really trying to find the good, I think, to make the passages bearable. Otherwise, they can be hard. But anyway, with a bit of luck, the sea state will settle and we'll get into the rhythm of it.
Come on, you get your boom boom on. Say, come on, you get your boom boom on. Now come on, you get your boom boom on. God bring us down. We got the swagger, we wear the crown. Our game, our town. Can put up your walls, but we'll knock them down. Come on, you get your boom boom on. Come on, you get your boom boom on.
First flight on day 2, Sunday the 6th of October. Travelling between Vanuatu and Caledonia. Pretty uneventful night, but a really good night. So far our passage has been going great guns. I don't know if you can see the screen, I'll get the crap. Changed angles up here. So we're running at about 80 degrees for a long time to the wind, and then I thought we're just not going to make that island, so put it up to 60, and I thought it'd be really uncomfortable. Actually, it's not bad. There's not much in it. We seem to be taking less water over the deck than we were at 80, so just the angle of the wind and the waves. But we're still doing 7s. Yep. Not sure. I think we've got about 150 miles approximately to get to the entrance to the channel. What's it called? The Havana channel. We need to hit that in daylight, and we need to hit that not at the incoming tide, which works out pretty well actually. Tide is low around about 5 a.m. tomorrow, so we should get there a bit past that, which means the tide will be coming in, and runs from east to west, so that'll be good. That'll get us into where we need to get through. That tide through that channel can run up to about 4 or 5 knots at times, so don't want to be going at the wrong time or against it. So it should work out really well. Don't know about a hitchhiker up there though, eh? The Booby. It's hanging up there on the on the solar panel. Seems pretty happy with getting a free ride. Those are the coolest moments. Never seem to get sick of seeing those sorts of things. The beautiful stars over the night. It was a stunning night sky last night. The sunrise, the sunsets, the Booby landing on your solar panel, the clouds, and the patterns of the ocean. A lot of people don't love the crossings. I can't blame them, they're hard work. It's uncomfortable, it's tiring, but I find so much joy in those little things that makes up for the pain, I think. And the excitement of crossing an ocean under your own steam on a little boat. It's pretty cool too. It's an amazing feeling. Show you the mess that the Booby made. That's what boobies do. Ugh. And that's why no boobies, unless they're attached to a human being, are going to be on this boat ever again.
Good morning. It is day 2 of our passage to New Caledonia, and I feel so much better. Passages are such an interesting thing to undertake. I think it honestly takes about 24 hours to get your sea legs, get used to the motion of the boat, and kind of just get into the swing of life at sea, because it's really different. You eat differently, you sleep at different times, but if you give yourself time and you're kind to yourself, you just sort of ease into the motion. And I've woken up this morning, thanks to Sam, after having a really good night's sleep, and I'm feeling a lot more positive about being out here. Probably helps that the sea state has really calmed down. We're making really good time and I can already see land. So let's hope this lovely smooth passage continues.
So we had a beautiful little trip across this bay. Not a heap of wind, but we managed to sail about half of it. And now we've come round to the western side of the island, I guess it is. Yeah, sort of southwest. And the wind is dead on the nose pretty much for where we have to go. Maybe we'll get a slight angle, so I'm having to burn up the side of the island, which is pretty slow going anyway because it's on the nose and bumpy. I'm going to try and make a bit of game in under this bay here, hopefully out of the worst of the current, and push our way up to the end of the island a bit further. I think we're going to be doing a fair bit of motor beating through the night, it looks like, which is going to slow us down heaps. One thing Norla does not like doing, I think a lot of boats don't love it, but she dislikes it a lot, is beating into chop, short chop. She's hobby horses and bouncers, and weather predictions were different. They were saying it was going to be slightly more east than it is, and it's southeast, so it's dead on the nose. In fact, it's still showing on the maps that it was going to be slightly more east, or more east than southeast, but it's more south, it's dead southeast pretty much. So there we go. All the planning in the world, and when the planning's based on wrong predictions, we can't win. C'est la vie. Anyway, it's a beautiful day though, and I did get a bit of sleep earlier, so I feel partly human. We've had a good feed. We had a good lunch of eggs, sort of scrambled eggs with lots of tomato and olives and coriander, capsicum, delicious, garlic. Trying to use up everything we got before we get there. Use up the last of the veggies and the fruit. Beautiful time of day again. Sunset hour. So we're motor sailing, wind's on the nose, got it set at 35 degrees to port. We're making our angle, which is great because I was a bit worried we wouldn't. I snuck along the shore of that island for a ways, and then tacked out of there, and should make the channel with one tack, assuming the wind does what it says it's going to do at this stage. So, but we're probably just going to have to keep the motor ticking along. It's keeping us at 6 knots. If I dropped it off, we'd probably only do about 4.5 on this angle with this amount of breeze. It's only about wind speed about 12 knots breeze. It's a case of motoring a bit now to get through the channel and save another half a day. And because of the tides, I really want to make that channel entrance at the low tide. So it's going to carry us around the Noumea much easier. If we were 4 or 5 hours late, it could be an absolute disaster because we're trying to motor against 3 to 4 knots of tide. Worst situation, so this is a better option. But what a great day it's been. Had a lovely sail this afternoon and had a wash off the back, and we're basically in New Caledonia. New Caledonia. Jumper. We've got further south. 21 degrees, 24 south. Pretty happy. I've just turned the engine off. We've got about 13 knots of breeze now, and angle's about 50 degrees to port, so not quite as acute, and we're still easily making our heading, which is 171 degrees we've got to go. we're making 161, so got plenty of space up our sleeve as well. Doing about 6 knots on average. Just the jib and the main going well. It's 9:30, 21:28 at night. I'm going through till midnight, and then I'm going to snooze, and then I'm going to get back up at 4 to take us in through the Canal de Savannah. Something like that. Bonjour soleil. .32 in the morning. Emma let me sleep for an extra hour, bless her. Just working out our way into the channel. There's a couple of little reefy bits I'm trying to figure out and track through that. I had a good sleep, but still tired, didn't get enough, of course. Only 4 hours. But beautiful sunrise. And by the end of today, we'll be in Noumea. All going to plan. I did hear one report that people had been blocking the channel, like putting, I don't know how they're blocking the channel, it's quite wide, so whether they've got a heap of boats over there or put a chain across it or something weird, but it sounded like a funny rumour. To the entrance of the channel. Is saying we're going 4.8 through the water, and speed over land is 8 knots, so there's a 3.2 knot difference. There's a shipwreck out over there. Wash off the back, nice to get clean. Buckets of water off the back porch, so I call it. It's fast. AIS data doesn't come up with anything. Apparently with the civil distress, the roads were being blocked, so they were ferrying people to their homes on the other side of the island from Noumea. Another reef. People on the back end of that. She makes a wake. Bon answer. See, massive. Some sort of operation there. I don't know what it is. Fuel. Hotline maybe. Roads. Just gonna put the Q flag up. Yellow, yellow. lately we've been doing it a little bit differently. We've been just doing longer watches, and when one gets tired you wake the other one up, or vice versa, the other one comes up and says, oh, I'm ready, can we take over? And it actually has worked really well for the last few. Many people say, people can't concentrate after a certain period of time, but I don't have any problem concentrating. We've set alarms. We set alarms on the radar and alarms on the AIS. And at night, you can't see anything other than shipping and lights, so you're checking every 15-20 minutes. It's enough to see if there's something coming, and anything else, your radar's either going to pick it up or you're just simply not going to see it in the water. So it's about all you can do, really. So it works pretty well for us anyway. So far so good. But this last night she had to do a 4-hour watch. I think I did a 4 or 3 or something. Then she did a 4, then I took over this morning. She actually gave me an extra hour, which was naughty but really kind, because we actually were later coming into the channel, and I should have been awake to realise what was going on and speed us up earlier. But anyway, it was all good. Good morning, Emma.
Good morning, Sam.
Had your breakfast, had your cafe?
I've had coffee, first coffee in 48 hours.
Say it in French.
Well, I have to confess that I have slacked off a little bit with my French, which is a bit of a shame considering I'm now coming to a place where I can use it.
I didn't ask you for excuses. I wanted you to say how you had your morning coffee in French.
I'm not going to say it on the spot.
Come on.
Cafe.
Cafe.
Something.
What's morning?
Matin.
Matin. Matin, café. Tu es.
Oh, my French friends are just going to be shaking their heads right now.
Because you're too gutless to have a crack. Yeah. Even I try, and I have no idea what I'm saying. Come on, Emma. What would you tell your English Lit students if they didn't have a crack? No one fails until they don't try.
That's right, Samuel.
So we are approaching Noumea. Got probably, I don't know how far to go. Probably an hour and a half or something. 2 hours maybe, 2.5 hours, but we're getting closer. We can see houses and city stuff. Looks quite pretty from a distance, doesn't it?
It does.
So I've been busy this morning, as well as navigating our way in and making sure the boat's good. We've been using up all the fruit and veg, almost all of it. Cooked up a heap of bananas for desserts later, and I've made a turmeric latte that we're about to indulge in. Well, I am. Just ate the last mango, which wasn't great. The mangoes were a bit green in Vanuatu, but they were selling them, so we thought we'd give them a crack. Nah, not good. Not ready yet. And we've got a few tomatoes that we'll have for lunch with something, and a few wild raspberries that we'll need to eat before we arrive. That's what I'm going to have for lunch. Tomatoes and wild raspberries. Not together, not at the same time. A fair wind and a following sea, Emma.
It's a perfect welcome.
That's what we put in, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Perfect welcome. Dolphins have come to welcome us as well, Emma. That's always a good sign.
It's always a good sign, you're right.
So we've had fair winds and following seas and dolphins.
I better add that to my blog.
You better.
I've been writing.
Better.
What we didn't know at this time was that pretty much every afternoon this sea breeze came in, at least for the period of time that we were there. It was just fantastic for sailing, and the locals certainly make good use of it.
There's a heap of kite surfers over there. And we're going to try and count them. 1, 2, 3. I count 17 kite surfers. No, 18. There's another one. 18 kite surfers. Wow. Alright, so we're here. We're at the Port Mazel Marina. Got a little bit of damage, unfortunately. Just right there as we came in. Wind was blowing us onto the marina berth, and I wasn't quick enough to get the fender into the right spot. She blew off backwards.
Give you phones.
Okay.
This is Jeremy, he's doing biosecurity. Step through if you like. So we're all clear. Thank you, Jeremy. Had a good look through, checked all the bits, asked all the questions. It was very easy to work with. That's one box ticked. Fantastic. Do you mind if I film you a little bit? We never got your name.
Sonia.
Sonia.
Yes, my
Sonia.
name is Sonia.
My favourite name, Sonia. Apart from Emma. Thank you so much for all your help.
You're welcome.
It's been
You're welcome,
really good.
Norla.
Where are we? We're at the Port Mazel
Marina. Yes.
Marina?
Marina.
Marina.
But it sounds nicer in French.
Yeah, it just sounds different.
Everything
but
sounds
yes.
nicer.
Yeah.
Hey,
Santé.
I didn't mix those up. So we check.
Here we are, Noumea arrived.
Cheers. Santé.
Prior to our arrival in Noumea, there was some trepidation due to the riots and civil unrest that had been unfolding that year. However, it's always a great relief to arrive in a destination after a crossing, and particularly one that's been a little uncomfortable with a few challenges. The people at Port Mazel Marina were so welcoming and friendly. They helped make the clearing in process very easy. It's so good to now kick back with a glass of wine in this island paradise city of Noumea, the Pacific with a twist of France. We look forward to exploring the lagoon and city in the next episode and hope you will join us for the adventure. Thanks for watching and for your support.